Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Woodbury, Minnesota. So I always tell you my full name that Stampin' Up! Uses and where I live, because there are 3 Sue Kramers that are demonstrators right now. I have not met either one of them. It would be really fun to have a picture of Sue Kramers. Anyway, so last week I shared the organized swaps that I received and all the products we got at OnStage, our convention. This week, as promised, I'm showing you more swaps. And these are just mostly general swaps that you walk around with cards in your hand and you see somebody else walking around with cards in their hand and you just trade and you move on and you trade and you move on and you trade. It is so much fun that I always do at least a few cards just to participate, because it's just a very fun way to get lots of ideas. So I can't find I thought I kept a card, one back of all the cards I made, but I can't find them. If and when I do, I'll create a blog post and I'll talk about it then. But I kind of took this is not mine. This was Jennifer's. I'm just letting you look at these while I talk. I took the easy way out when I did my swaps for OnStage this year, and I used this same suite, Homemade Sweetness, I believe it's called. It's an online exclusive. And then all my cards just kind of fell together. I would be creating one card, and then an idea would come, and I'd create like 10 more of another card. And then another idea would come, and I'd create 10 more of the next card, all using the same suite. And I got lots of ideas and very fun. So something I didn't point out previously, that this suite includes a die to cut this card. So it's obviously the jar, but it's a double so that you can create a card. I did use this on my fun fold earlier, last week. But I didn't point out that it just makes an interesting card, that shape. So again, this was from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. This one, I think I have names for all these. This is Rosemary Coleman from Canada. Again, the strawberry slush is such a fun color to use for strawberries. All right, and then moving on, this one is from Karen Flores. Wouldn't it be fun to create this in school colors of the graduate? Very nice. Or just black and gold, very classic. I thought I had these all organized. This one is by Braley Pedinger. Like the tearing technique exposes the white decor on our two-tone paper or cardstock. And a nice Christmas card that'll go into my Christmas card stash. Look at this. She gave me, she swapped a key ring. I made sure. It's like, I don't have any treats to give you, but this is Megan Mears. Isn't that cute? I love stamping. Very nice. And just white inside. This is Brenda Miller. I love the layout. This is the one I'll be keeping for that fun layout. There's a great use of just a strip of designer series paper. Can you see the embossing on there too? The next one is by Jackie Burkhart. And thank you for your service. You saw me use that recently. There's a fun fold by Carrie Simpson. Z fold, a little Z fold on top of a regular card, and I don't think that little other one opens. Nope. Again, this is quite thick. I would use two-tone cardstock here just to lighten up the card a little, but look at all that paper she shared. Very nice, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This one is fun. It was made by Tony Marie Campa. I'm going to get kind of close and watch in my video. Can you see she used Wink of Stella on all the blue flowers? Very nice. Very fun. Thank you, Tony. And next, look at all these layers. This is my friend Judy. Thank you, Judy. And a little more detail on the inside. A die. Thanks. Another card layout that I'll be copying from Cindy Wild. Very nice. Just a little bit. Look the small amount of twine she used on that card. Same here. She made a double bow, but that's not a very big piece of twine. And this has a gift card holder. This is by Angela O'Connor. Relax and enjoy. You earned it. Wishing you good things. Happy birthday. The next few are all from the same suite. This is Teresa Anderson. Look at that die. All the details. And the gold in the embossing. And the gold in the paper. In the same paper. This is by Kathy Sutrick. This is an interesting fun fold. So it's just, let me measure it real quick. In case you're wondering, it's 1 inch. So the front flap has 1 inch cut off, and then it exposes the inside of your card. And then she put a piece of designer series paper there that you can see from the outside. Very nice. The nested essential dies with the coordinating colors. Very nice. Look at the difference. Same colors, same paper, but very different effect. And this one is by Emily Ray. And the embossing on there. Stamped on the inside. And I don't know if I have that stamp set, but I would have stamped an envelope and put that on the corner of my envelope. Tie them all together. And here's one by Robin Carvet, or Charvet, I'm not sure. Very nice monochromatic for the most part. Strawberry slush. Look at the birds and the layering on that. This is from Rita Holmes. I actually chat with Rita online. Have the best day. And I like the little bird prints. Very fun. And a Z-fold embossed on the front flap. And some cats. This one is from Jennifer Hill. Isn't that cute? Look how she colored the cats all differently. Very nice. Look at all the layers on there too. And this one is by Judy Cottrell. I'm not showing the inside if there isn't anything, but this one says, sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day. Happy birthday. Thank you, Judy. And the embossing, look at all the details on that one. I'll leave that for a minute. Nice and simple, but the layers add a lot. This one, I believe, is from Karen Titus. Yep. So I don't have this paper, but I assume this green is on the back side of this. So if you have designer series paper where the front and back coordinate, you could just cut these 4 and then flip it. So I could take those measurements. That might be kind of fun to share with you. And then putting the sentiment here, if you don't line your papers up directly, if this doesn't meet or isn't equal, it covers it up. Covers it up very nicely. I don't know if that was her intent, but that's what I do. So thank you, Karen, for that. And this one's by Barbie Kelly. Very fun. Let's see. Oh, she did stamp on the inside. Can you see the embossing on there? I'll hold it up a little closer. Lots of details on that one. Hello, friend. Thank you, Barbie. And this one is from Bobby Hartzell. She stamped a layer on the inside. It's nice having that extra layer. It gives it makes it a little more sturdy. You make me smile. And I believe this is another stamp. Very nice. Oh, she die cut the leaves out of this piece and then used the positive and negative. And then probably used a blending brush to add color to that. Very fun technique. Very, very fun. Thank you, Bobby. I'll be saving this one to remind myself of that technique with other stamps and dies. This one is from Angela O'Connor. Look at the embossing she did there. Can't thank you enough. I'm so grateful. Tying in the designer series paper to the front. Great use of a scrap, too. That's a very narrow, thin, small piece. A few more to go. You're on my mind. This is from Alejandra Gomez. I think that's how you pronounce it. Look at all the layers. So the designer series paper, I think this is just one piece, and this is one piece. Die cut there. Look at that. That is so pretty. You're on my mind. Very, very nice. All right. Hello, friend, with the bugs. Look at the die cuts she has there. Very nice. This was created by Tracy Tewari. Tewari from Indiana. Very nice. Thank you, Stacy. Okay, these are the last few. I have 3 more. I love the, it looks like a quilt. This was by Carol Cheney. So she said it was easy. I remember asking her. So it looks like these squares are mounted on top of it. And then after you put your quilt together, you put it through an embossing folder, and that's when you're doing your quote-unquote quilting. So I will be trying to figure out how to do this, and I will, if I can't, Carol gave me her email and I can ask. So just a piece of white on the inside. Here's one that you can make with lots of your scraps. So this was Murray, M-E-R-I, maybe it's Mary Haffen from Idaho. She had a whole bunch of cards with the same technique, and they were all different colors, obviously, because she was using scraps. I think you start with the square in the middle, and then you add then she has her designer series paper around that, and then just random scraps along there. I know I have a lot of these thin scraps that are white and basic beige and very vanilla from cutting down layers for the inside of my cards. And so I like to emboss those and then add some extra embossing and texture to my cards. And then that's from an ephemera pack. So very fun use of scraps. Just a little piece of twine to finish it off. I love this card. Very, very nice. Thank you, Carol. And then this one is from Annie Noel. I thought this made a great card when you need a whole bunch of thank yous. Just 3 stamps. So these two, that must be a positive and a negative. I don't even know if that's one stamp. I'm not familiar with the stamp that she used for the flowers, but quick and easy, very effective. So thank you for that card, Annie. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to put my favorites back out while I say goodbye. Again, I take requests. If there's something you want to see, if there's a card you saw here that you want measurements from, reach out to me, Susan@NorthstarStamper.com. Let me bring that back in. Thank you for joining me, and until next week, happy crafting. Bye.